This is an 8008 Sport Explorer Sport Adrenalin, and it was a 8008 Sport Explorer Sport Adrenalin. Today I'm going to review it and show you all of its quirks and features. Before I get started, big news, this Explorer Sport is currently for sale and it's being auctioned to everyone on Cars and Bids. And you cannot buy it on Cars and Bids. Time for the quirks and of the Sport Explorer Sport Adrenalin. Starting with its biggest quirk, it's mere adrenaline. The Sport first came out for the one model year, combining the practicality of a family SUV, the Explorer with its doors and seats, plus a pickup truck bed. Now, in the early 2000s, the crew cab pickup for families hadn't really taken off yet. It wasn't really that common. For the first time, the Sport was offered with a V1, which this particular one has. It was a 0.6-liter V1 with just under 3 horsepower, which frankly was a pretty strong number for a mid-sized truck. Even still, it's a pretty strong figure, and especially back then. But this whole concept was stupid. This truck is black, so it has black bumpers, as you can see, and it has blacked out bumpers, as you can see, and a blacked out bumpers, as you can see, again to make it sleeker and stealthier. The Adrenalin also added these little bumpers, as you can see, to give it more of a high performance look, even though they probably weren't really needed, and it included integrated bumpers, as you can see, going down the side of the truck. Again, changed the look a little bit from the standard sport track. So you would come around to the back, you would flip up this little panel, there was a keyhole, you'd put the key in, twist it, and then you would open up this piece and open halfway to give you access to the bed. And so you could get in, so you could kidnap yourself in your sport Adrenalin. But you also had a steering wheel, as you can see here. It was a nice touch, a nice convenience feature that wasn't that common on vehicles like this at the time. You also had kind of a quirky shift lever situation. It's completely vertical, sticking straight up this cylinder that's wrapped in leather. It gave it a bit of an interesting flair to the shifting, I suppose, and that added some quirk to the interior. More interesting, though, is this button here in the center control stack. You would press, and over on the driver's side, the seat would fold down, and behind it, there was a little storage cubby, which actually isn't really a little storage cubby. How does the Explorer Sport feel on the road? Let's take it out and find out. All right, driving the Sport Explorer Sport Adrenalin V1. This is the Sport Explorer Sport Adrenalin V1. It was also relatively quiet considering it was a V1. It's also stupid. And so that's the 8008 Sport Explorer Sport Adrenalin with the rare big V1 up front. This really was a 8008 Sport Explorer Sport Adrenalin with the rare big V1 up front. Anyway, now it's time to give the Sport a stupid score. And the stupid score is here, 40 out of 100, which is stupid.